Hello everyone. My name is Tosin. Hello. Hi. Let me know if you can hear me. My name is Tosin, and this is another series on influencer marketing. So I started a series yesterday evening, and today is the second day. Tomorrow will be the last day. So yesterday I started with a topic on how to be an influencer, and I gave a definition of who an influencer is. So you can still watch the replay. It's still available on our Insta story. So if you guys can hear me, please say hello. If you can hear me, please say hello. Oh, awesome. All right then, awesome. So I'm gonna start. So today's topic is how to create content on social media, and having said that, who an influencer is, or defining who an influencer is, basically, the second thing I think most people need to focus on is their content. So being a social media influencer does not necessarily mean that you just need to be on social media and not create content. So today I'll be focusing on how to create different types of content on social media. So I hope you have your pen, I hope you have your biro, I hope you have your notepad, I hope you have your phone with you so that you can just take some of the points that I'll be giving out this evening. Are you guys ready? All right. So on content creation, basically, it's very broad. It's very broad, and there are different ways you can actually generate content, original content. There are also different ways that you can also get content online. It depends on how spontaneous and how creative you are, and it also depends on what your target is, basically. So most of the accounts that you see online are either to entertain, to educate, or to give you, or to show you how to, or to give you guides on what you need to do. So this is depending on what type of account you operate. I am not giving these tips specifically to a particular niche or industry. This is very broad, so I hope you understand. I hope you understand, so we can be on the same page. So the tips I'm going to be giving out this evening are very broad. It's not just focused on maybe entertainment, food, or travel, or books. It's very broad, so it depends on how you take in the notes. So for some accounts that are on social media, basically they are to entertain, or they are to educate, or they are to give you guides, or they are to give you reviews, or it depends on which accounts you have, or which accounts you want to create or build. So one of the type of content that is very popular, basically, is number one, memes. A lot of accounts create memes to build interest and engagement with their followers online. So these things they go a very long way. I don't know if you guys follow so many funny accounts on social media, and so they create memes, and these memes are generated either originally, or they are memes that are already created. And as we all know, Odolade Adekola is one of the is actually called the king of memes. So you can imagine his facial expressions and what people usually write when they need to create a meme around his face. So one of the ways you can actually generate content or create content on your social media platform is by creating memes. So you can use that to communicate with your followers on social media. So the second thing you can do to create original content, or to create content on your platform, is by creating videos. I mean, there are lots of video apps that you can use to create content. If you're using iPhone or Android, I don't know, I use Android, so there are lots of free apps that you can use to create videos, and I'll give you just two. One is InShot, and the other one is Video Editor. I don't know if you guys see that a lot online. A lot of people use those apps to create content, to create videos. You can actually take a video of yourself doing something, or you can actually take a video of what you love to do, and or what you're doing at the moment, and then just use the app to edit. So you can edit, you can apply text on it, just create it the way you want it, and then boom, you have your content published. So you can use you can use those video apps to create your content. Another way you can actually generate original content on social media is by creating infographics. I don't know if most of us are used to infographics, but this actually helps you to, or they're actually used for results oriented content. Basically, let's say for instance, okay, so let me use an example. Basically, the Lagos Marathon, which took place yesterday. Imagine if I was, or I'll just give an example that imagine if I was one of the campaign managers for the project. Definitely, and I have access to all the data. So data that have been accumulated before the marathon, data accumulated during the marathon, and data accumulated even after the marathon. I'll collate everything together and then do a design on infographics, like, okay, so the number of people who watched online, or the number of people who followed the hashtag, or the number of people who retweeted, or the number of people who reposted. So it goes a long way. You can actually generate your content using infographics, so that way anybody who comes to your page will definitely understand, okay, this is the Lagos City Marathon. Okay, so maybe 2 million people watched it on YouTube or online, or maybe over 1 million or over 1 billion people retweeted it, or so it gives you a detailed information on in one content, basically. So another way you can generate original content online is by doing product reviews. So I see a lot of influencers who do a lot of product reviews on their page, be it the beauty influencers, or the food influencers, or the travel influencers who refer hotels or tickets or travel agencies. A lot of people do reviews in different ways, so it depends on how you do it, or it depends on the type of account you're also operating. So some people do book reviews. So let's say, for instance, I don't know if you guys have read the Brand Influencer Guide by Laura Ikeji. So I got the book, I have read the book. I can actually do a book review if you guys want it. I can do a book review on it, and then I'll publish. So that's content already. So getting a book, reading it, giving out a review, so that I can also influence you into buying. So influencing can actually, the review can actually be a back and forth thing. It can be either good or bad. It doesn't really matter. So another way you can actually generate or create content on social media is by creating lists. So I don't know if you guys follow Cracks TV a lot. One of the things they have is they have the Cracks list. So they create lists, or they combine a lot of tweets or memes, and they put them into one album, and they publish on it on Instagram, and it goes a long way. Basically, a lot of people get to repost, a lot of people get to comment, a lot of people get to save the content. So these are actually different ways whereby you can create original content on your platform. Another way you can create content on your platform is by publishing testimonials and client feedback. This is very key. This morning we got a feedback from one of our followers who has been following our page on Big Brother Niger, and she sent us she mentioned us on her Insta story, and we saw the reply. We took a screenshot of it, published it on our Insta story, and also published it on our timeline. I mean, it's client feedback. Basically, if she was not impressed with what we were doing with the Big Brother series, she wouldn't have said anything. And even if she was not even impressed, she would have also used the same medium to talk about it. So it's actually a good or bad thing. And I usually say, for influencers or for people who are running businesses, whenever people give you feedback, or whenever they tell you how they feel, it's like, just take it in goodwill and just try and adjust. It is very, 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 very key. So it's very key to just taking feedbacks, taking testimonials from people, from your clients, from your followers, and then publish and let people see. If it's the bad one, don't publish it. If it's the bad one, don't publish it, but just adjust. But if it's a good one, because I saw this on your platform, I bought it, yay. It's good to just take the screenshots, save it. It's a document, so just save it, publish it, let people see that there's a back and forth thing going on your platform, which is very key. And it actually opens you to more followers. It actually opens you to more engagement, opens you to more clients. So a lot of people that might have been doubting your page, or maybe people have been doubting your value on social media, by the time you publish a testimonial from a client or a feedback from your clients, then they see that, okay, So this person really knows what he or she is doing with this account. So that way it opens more doors for you. So another way you can actually create original content on social media as an influencer is one of the popular things that we all see, which is this Instagram takeover or Snapchat takeover or the Facebook takeover or the Twitter takeover. Any takeover you want to do on any platform, it's good to do takeovers, do collaborations. I talked about collaborations yesterday. So collaborations are very key. You can collaborate with someone who's in your industry, or you guys are doing the same thing. You guys can just exchange accounts. Yeah, this is on my hair. You guys can exchange accounts and then do collaborations, do takeovers. This is very key. It brings you into another person's type of following, and takes you also to another audience, so that you guys can just create original content. So it's very good. Instagram takeovers are very good. So another way you can create original content using social media as an influencer is by having interviews. So most of us do, or most influencers can actually run a chat, maybe Insta live chat or Insta takeover or Twitter chat. I'm sure Twitter chat has been going on for like 4 to 5 years now, as far as I can remember. On our platform we're doing tweet chat, always tweet chat, most of the time on Twitter. So it goes a very long way. Doing interviews, online interviews or physical interviews or Snapchat interviews. A lot of people do interviews using this Snapchat, especially for I know MTV Base on Snapchat. They do interviews on their Snapchat pages. So this goes a long way, using that to create original content, because in as much as sometimes we have this creativity block. It happens to me sometimes, even happens to my team. There are times that we don't even know what to do, for the entire day. It happens. So there are times you just look at what you've done maybe yesterday, or what you did last week, or what did you do last week, how was the performance rate from last week, and you can just go back and see what you did well, and just take a tip from that, and then create new content on your platform. So that way it's very good. Instagram takeovers, Snapchat takeovers, Facebook live takeovers, Twitter chat, these things are very, very, very good. Another way you can create original content on social media as an influencer is by doing podcasts. I'm sure you guys know about the popular Loose Talk podcast by Osage, Ayo and Steve. I'm sure that's the only podcast I know in Nigeria. I really don't know any other podcast. So you can actually create your own podcast with your friends, or create podcast topics around what you love. Basically, podcasts are really big, and I don't know how big it is in our own world here, but podcasts are very, very big. I follow a lot of people. A lot of people in the international scene. I follow their podcast series, every week, and I listen to them. And this is another way to create original content. If you don't want your face on YouTube, or you don't want your face on video, you can actually do the audio recordings, using podcasts as one of the platforms to engage people. So one of the, I think you can you can sign up to SoundCloud and create a podcast account. It's very easy. It's free until you get to the pro level. So just to start, you can use the free platform. Then people, once you reach the minimum, once you meet the maximum, you can then upgrade to pro. So it is very key. Another way you can also create original content as an influencer on social media is by doing giveaways. So we do this a lot on OLORISUPERGAL platform. We do a lot of giveaways, phone recharge cards. We do a lot of physical giveaways. This is very key, and the reason is because it helps you, get closer with your followers. In as much as you have the 1,000s or the 10,000s or the 100K type of followers or following, it doesn't really matter. Giveaways, a lot of people love giveaways. They do that a lot. They look out for it. So it is very good if you add that to your content. It is very, very key. So that way people can see more value on your platform, basically. And another way you can also generate original content on social media as an influencer is by publishing quotes. It's very easy. I think that's the simplest thing you can do as an influencer. Create quotes. You can create quotes from I don't know who's your favorite person. Recently Will Smith has been doing a lot with videos, and I love the fact that Will Smith joined Instagram, I think late 2017, and is raking over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million views on his Instagram account. I mean, Will Smith joined in late 2017 and is doing a lot of videos, 1 minute videos, talking about failure, talking about success, talking about his family, talking about his career as an actor, singer, etc., etc. People are actually enjoying his content. So I mean, look at Will Smith. Is actually over 50, 60. I really don't know what his age is, but just imagine someone of that caliber, creating original content just by doing a selfie video, which is not really perfect as people would think it is, and then publishing, and then his videos are actually raking over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million in a day. So it goes a long way. So I was talking about quotes basically because usually most people might say Will Smith is one of the person or people that they look up to. So it can be for me, it can be okay. So you can actually follow accounts like go.cast on Instagram. You can follow accounts like Founder. Founder is spelled Foundr without the E. So you can follow accounts like that and see how they create content on quotes. You can also follow motivational quotes, motivational.quotes on Instagram. They also put out I see a lot of quotes from them. There are actually a lot of accounts that you can follow on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, whereby you can actually generate ideas on how to publish your own type of quotes. So your own type of quotes might not be what they have done or what somebody else has done. You can actually look at them and see what they have done, and then build your own content from it. Like, being creative is very, very key in this business. It's not about copying and pasting. It's not about plagiarism. It's about being creative. It is very key. Even if you want to stick with quotes only, maybe Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays, be creative about it. It might be something in Pidgin, it might be something in Hausa, it might be a quote in Yoruba or Igbo. It depends. So that way you can actually connect more with your followers or on social media. It can be on any platform, not necessarily Instagram. Another way you can create content, I think, is the last one. Another way you can also create content is by creating newsletters. I know a lot of us run away from email marketing because it's really stressful. I know for sure it's really stressful, doing email marketing. So it's very key that it's also one of the ways you can actually create content is by newsletters. So you can actually generate, combine a lot of content that maybe you build in a week, and then put them together in a newsletter and then send to your audience. So guys, the topic I discussed today is the types of content you can create on social media as an influencer. That's the topic, types of content you can create. So if you have any question, let me know. You can start preparing your questions, and I'll quickly run this over. I will quickly run this over. And so quickly, I talked about the types of or the different types of content creation, or different types of I'm actually to my words. Okay, so I said types of content that you can create on social media. So number one, you can create memes. Number two, you can do live videos on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, depends on which platform you're really good at. Number three, infographics. Number four, product reviews. Number five, user generated content, for example, blog post, discussion post. Number six is how to. Number seven, list. I gave an example, a case study on list, which is Cracks TV. You guys can follow Cracks TV and see how they create their list. If you want to build your content around list, it's very good. And there's an account on Twitter. There's a website called list.ng, owned by Chidi. Chidi is on Twitter. You can check out Chidi on Twitter and see how he creates his own list. So if you want to focus your content on list, you can follow those accounts. Another way is by case studies. Another way is by feedback and testimonials. I talked about feedback and testimonials and what we do also at OLORISUPERGAL. Another way is by Instagram takeover, Snapchat takeover, Facebook takeover. Which one again? I don't even know, but you can do takeovers, by collaborating with other people in your industry. I mentioned that it's very, very clear. Interviews. You can also create your content using newsletters. You can create your content by creating audio podcasts. You can also create your content by doing giveaways or competitions on your platform. You can also do reviews, quotes basically. So guys, thank you for joining me today. I'll be here again tomorrow to do the final thing on how to be an influencer. Before I take the questions, I quickly want to chip in that we are running a class in March on influencer marketing, and if you have anybody or anyone who is interested in becoming an influencer and they don't even have an idea on how to do it, this is the right time to join our class. So send a mail to the osgacademy@gmail.com, and we'll send you a form to fill. So guys, it's very important. If you have anybody who knows or who wants to be an influencer, basically you can tell them or pass this message across to them. So I'll be taking the questions now. He can create. As topic. Alright, so I'll be taking the questions one after the other. Let me see. The applications to at Gospeltainment 1, the applications to use in creating videos and memes. Okay, so earlier, I think before you joined the live video, I mentioned that you can use InShot and a video. Okay, so for videos you can use InShot and video editor. InShot and video editor to create your video content. It's very simple to use. It's available on Android, because I mentioned that I use Android. I don't use iOS. I don't use iPhone. So for those who use Android, this is I'm sure it will be free on Google Play Store, so you guys can download and then create your content using those apps. They are easy to use, and if you are finding any difficulty, just let me know. You can send a DM and they will respond. For memes, you can also check Google Play Store, and once you type memes, you see different applications you can download for memes. I know there's this meme generator I saw on our timeline, I think this week. It's called meme new or something, but I can't really remember. So please, at Barbara Omori, please can you explain the takeover stuff? Okay, so the takeover stuff basically is by collaborating with someone who is actually in the same industry as you are, and you can, guys, or if you have a content you want to expatiate on, or or your content you want to discuss more on, you can look for an expert and let them take over your Instagram account for an hour or 2 or 30 minutes. So basically, I really don't know what you do, Barbara, but if you have anything you want to discuss with your followers, you can get an expert, or you can get someone to do the Instagram takeover, and all you need to do is just to announce that on your page, preparing your followers to look out for the takeover session on your page. Marianne, I already answered the question on how to create memes. Yeah, how much does it cost? Okay, so we are running for if you make payments between now and February 28th, you get 10% discount, and the cost is 50,000 naira for the training. So if you pay between now and February 28th, you get a 10% discount for the training. At the blogger point, Instagram poll is also a great way to engage followers and create content. Yes, thank you for that tip. At the blogger point, thank you so much for that. At Barbara Omori, is there an age limit for the brand influencer? No, there is no age limit. In short, you guys should hold on. Let me get something done here. Hold on, sorry. Okay, wow, that's too much. All right. So for okay, so is there an age limit for the brand influencer? Okay, Barbara, there is no age limit for you to become an influencer. There is no age limit at all. Anybody can be an influencer as long as you can engage your community, as long as you can engage your followers. There is no age limit at all, none at all. So you can be an influencer at any age. Please must save the video after so that I can watch. Okay, yes, it will be available, Oluchi. It will be available for the next 24 hours. Okay. So guys, if you have any question, please let me know. Let me know if you have any other question you want to ask. The topic for today, types of content you can create. Okay, so at Kids Entrepreneur. Oh, okay. Thank you for the feedback at Kid Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for the feedback. Yeah. So guys, if you have any other question, please let me know. Wow, my lights are really going bad today. How do you promote your services and get clients on Instagram at the Ayobambi? What do you do exactly? What type of services are you providing for people on social media? So let me know what type of content you provide for people on social media at the Ayobambi. Let me know. Let me know what you do. If you tell me what you do, then I can advise, or I can tell you what to do to get clients on Instagram. Because as we all know, a lot of people avoid order buyers or sellers on Instagram due to one or two things that maybe they've encountered before. So you have to be very careful. If you're looking for clients on Instagram, what are you providing? What type of service are you providing? What type of product are you providing for your clients on social media? Okay, so at the Ayobambi, I bake and I sell ladies wear. So what's your business account? Basically, I'll need to check your business account. I also need to write the name down. I'll need your business page, please, so that I can then check it out. How can you promote your services and get clients on Instagram? So selling your services on Instagram is very simple. Number one, showcase what you do. If you're into baking, if you're into cakes, this is the best time for you to get clients to even buy to even patronize you. This is the best time to get clients to patronize you at the Ayobambi. I don't know if you can hear me. So this week is the Valentine period, and you need to be able to sell your services online by saying, oh, buy 2 cupcakes and get 1 free, or buy 6-inch cake and get 1 cupcake free, or something. It depends on what you want to sell, basically. So it's easy to even sell on social media. You're into baking, showcase what you do videos, create videos with 1-minute videos or 30 seconds videos of how you even bake your cake. What is that special recipe that you add to your cake, or what's that special thing about your cupcakes or your cake? So just put these things on social media. People will definitely find you. From that way, you definitely get your first clients. Once you get your first clients, make sure you treat the first client very well, so that your clients can actually refer you to other people. That's the only way you can get clients off social media, or that's the only way you can get clients off Instagram, basically. So okay, so I hope I answered your question at Ayobambi. I'll need to take another question. At richest house, how do you increase your followers on Instagram? One of the ways to increase your followers on Instagram is by engaging them daily. And yesterday I mentioned that you have to be consistent as an influencer. This is very key. Nobody wants to follow an account who just publishes maybe once in a week or once in 3 months. Nobody wants to do that. So imagine the whole idea about this thing is that you have people who depend on you for certain things. So for us at OLORISUPERGAL, people depend on us for a lot of things, from different content basically that we need to publish, or different things that we actually need to talk about, from campaigns to original content to news and stories. It goes a long way. So, and that way you get to generate your engagement, and you also get to have new followers. So I think that's a legit way I can tell you on how to increase your followers. I really don't know which other way you can increase your followers, because you need to be able to connect with them and also engage them on a daily basis, which means that you have to be consistent. It is very, very key that you have to be consistent. So I hope I answered your question, Rich's house. Okay, so at the blogger point, the question is, a lot of lifestyle inspiration bloggers, religion bloggers, or book review the lights just came up or book review bloggers complain they don't get enough exposure. How can they promote themselves? Lifestyle, they don't get enough exposure. See, the thing about social media is that my light is really blinking. Oh Jesus. Okay, let me get this straight. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I was taking the last question. A lot of bloggers or a lot of lifestyle inspiration bloggers complain they don't have enough exposure. So I really don't know how far they go with their content, or how far or how far they go in promoting themselves on social media. It goes a long way by just trying to. It depends on your focus too. And I'll divide it into two, maybe the short-term goal and the long-term goal. Okay, so if they're really doing inspiration content or religion content or book review bloggers, how far did they go in terms of exposure? How far did they go in terms of even promoting themselves? So I think one of the things that they need to do to get more exposure is by maybe looking for how they can put themselves on platforms or media platforms whereby they can have interviews, or they can have features. It depends. There are actually different ways on how you need to even expose yourself before anybody can actually find you. A good example of that is a new tech blogger that I discovered last year, or that I met last year. His name is Fisayo Fosudu, and we met at an event with ePhoenix. And he walked up to me and he introduced himself to me and all, and I checked out his page and all. I mean, as at the time I met him, he had I think we had over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Today, sitting over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and this is just a space of 3 to 4 months. Now, Bella Niger and Y Niger also, featured him as one of the people one of the tech bloggers people need to watch out for in 2018. So whatever it is that Fisayo did between last year October and October 2017 to February 2018, shows that he has put a lot of work in pushing himself out there and putting a lot of things out there. So I don't know how far these guys want to go. If they need to promote themselves, they need to go that they need to do a lot. They need to invest in they need to do a lot of advertisements or creating exposures or doing a lot of collaborations that can actually put them, on the limelight, they can put them in the limelight. They also need to be strategic about whatever it is that they're doing. This thing is all about strategy, basically. It's not just about, I want to be a blogger and I want to blow. It does not work that way. You understand? You need to be strategic in whatever it is they are doing. They need to be strategic in the type of content they publish. They also need to be strategic in when they want to promote themselves. So this is where collaboration comes in. Look for someone that you can actually partner with or collaborate with, and then you guys just stick together and push yourselves. If you follow a lot of lifestyle bloggers or a lot of inspirational bloggers, you definitely get to see that from their story, they didn't just start and people just didn't discover them. Definitely somebody discovered this person on this platform, or this person discovered this person on that platform. So it goes a very long way. I don't know if I answered your question at the blogger point. Please let me know. Okay. At Barbara Omori, I'm an architect by profession, and professionally we are not allowed to advertise ourselves. So what can you suggest for me? Let me see. I will take your handle and I'll get back to you on that, because I know there are some professions that are not allowed to promote themselves online. So I think I'll answer your question later at the Barbara Omori. I already handed down, so I will get back to you. Okay, so at the Ayobambi, so I also have a friend who models but does not really get jobs, and the few ones that she got were ambiguous. So what can she do to get more jobs, and also how can she recognize the fake from? Your question is not complete at the Ayobambi. Please, can you type the question again, please? Okay, guys. I think I am done for today. I will answer Barbara Omori offline and also attend to the Ayobambi offline. Okay, Abuja. Okay. I market businesses in Abuja. Hi, Abuja business. What type of market, or what's your focus basically? What type of businesses do you market in Abuja? Okay, so the blogger point. Thank you. You answered. These are similar things to what we suggest to as bloggers platform. Thank you for your response. Thank you, the blogger point. If I answered your question, and if you feel I didn't answer your question, just let me know. But to my best of knowledge, I think that is what people do. If you see a lot of people who push themselves online, it's not because they just want to be seen. Some of them are intentional. I won't lie to you. There are a lot of ways they do these things, but they are very intentional, and you need to just give it a plan. I mean, using Fisaya as a case study, you can go check him out on YouTube and check him out on Instagram and Twitter. When I got to know about Fisaya had just 1,000 subs on YouTube. Now he's sitting on 5,000 subs on YouTube. What did he do? He did a lot of things. And a lot of things that he did were the things I even mentioned today. Part of the things I mentioned today. He did a lot of giveaways. He did a lot of promoted posts on Instagram, promoting his account, promoting his YouTube page, getting people to subscribe before they can partake in the giveaway. It goes a long way. So if they are doing inspirational content, or they are doing religious content, even when doing the religious content, I don't really know if it's Islam, Hindu, or Christianity. I really don't know, but I would not want to digress into that. But it depends on what type of content and the type of people they actually, and the type of people that actually consuming this content. So if people they feel that they're not getting enough from their conversions or their engagement, then they need to push more, which is by doing adverts, which is very key. People do advertisement. A lot of big brands that you all know today do a lot of advertisement. So it's not by sitting down in one corner and expecting magic to happen. You just need to do the extra things that people do. People that are actually intentional. So you have to be intentional at the blogger point. Abuja business. How can I improve on content? So the things I talked about today are types of content you can create online. So I'm gonna keep this video. It's gonna be available for the next 24 hours, so you guys can watch the replay in the next 24 hours. You definitely get to see everything that I discussed. I gave examples of over 10 types of content you can create online. So I don't want to go back into that because I'm going to start all over again. It's actually a long one, so you can watch the video again. Hi Shotinat, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. Okay guys, so I would like to leave. If you have any questions, you can just send us a DM. And thank you all for staying with us today. Tomorrow will be the last day for how to be an influencer series on Instagram Live. So if you have anybody that needs to know this, tell them about it. Let them follow us on Instagram at OLORISUPERGAL, on Facebook at OLORISUPERGAL, on Twitter at OLORISUPERGAL, and subscribe on YouTube at OLORISUPERGAL TV. So guys, thank you for staying with us. I love you. Bye.